What's up, everyone? My name is Michael. This is the first episode of Spartan Auto Revival. This is going to be the first project of the series, my first project of my YouTube channel. Look forward to the journey. It's going to be crazy. Always wanted to do it, never kind of worked up the courage to do it. I've had hundreds and hundreds of cars and trucks and motorcycles and four-wheelers and tractors, you name it, I've messed with it. If it's got wheels and a motor, engine, I've had it and I work on them. So it's my passion. It's not my full-time job. It's just a thing I like to do on the side. Flip them, sell them, keep them, restore them. It's kind of what I do. Talk a little bit about this baby. It's a 1989 Dodge Dakota Shelby. 1 year only. Carroll Shelby, that was not the end of his time in with Chrysler, but this is, I think, the only truck that he kind of put his name on, if I'm not mistaken. Only 1,475 of them built. I think there's 800 and something red ones. The rest were white with the same kind of decal setup. This is number 1093. There's actually a badge on the dash that tells you the number and stuff. When I do a walk around, I'll show you all the other things that Shelby put his name on. Pretty much every corner that you look at this truck, it says Shelby somewhere. Pretty cool. Just wanted to introduce myself. So I'll just be doing basic maintenance. I've done engine swaps and stuff with my dad, but nothing crazy. This baby runs. Definitely needs a tune-up. I think it's missing on at least one cylinder, if not two. It doesn't run great. It sat for a long time. It's got like a little bit of a fuel leak. Plugs and stuff are old. Basic, sitting vehicle stuff. I've already changed the oil. Wish I would have got that on video. It was pretty gross, nasty, over full. But yeah, so finally worked up the courage to do this thing. Looking forward to it. Bought a tripod, microphone, stuff like that. So this is all a learning process for me. Definitely a big learning curve, I should say. So bear with me, all my beginning followers, and mostly probably going to be family and such. Appreciate it. Supporting your boy. It's going to be cool. I'll do a walk around it. We'll dig into it. Talk about the pros, the cons. I think there's more cons than pros currently, but we'll work on that. She's a solid old girl. Pretty much rust-free other than this door right here. Pinch welds are kind of going south, but I think it's still fixable. Even underneath the flares, pretty solid. So we'll get right into it. Alright guys, gonna give you the quick walk around the 1989 Shelby Dakota. It's got the 15-inch Shelby wheels on it. This is the front clip. This little piece is broke on the grill. Hopefully not too hard to either come up with a new one or fix it. There's a Shelby badge. I gotta get this little bezel for the headlight. It's got the air dam on it with the fog lights, the Bosch fog lights. Here's the 318. It says Shelby V8 on it. I've already did a oil change on it. Sorry I didn't get that. It was pretty gross, nasty, overfull, kind of smelled like gas. And again, this thing runs, but doesn't run great. And the brakes are a little, they work, they're there. I'm not sure they would stop you on a dime, but they're there. That's about all I could say about them. This side's a little bit better on the paint side of things. The whole top of the truck is pretty well gone, clear. You can tell it had some kind of graphics and stuff on it. Typical Dakota 80s, 90s Chrysler stuff going on. Let's get inside of it. So, some other Shelby badging going on. Got this on the door panel. Pretty cool. It says Shelby. It's got it on the steering wheel. It's even on the seat. Like I said, the seat needs some work. Not sure how I'm going to go about that. I know upholstery is not cheap for having someone else do it, but we'll see what we got. So here's the interior. Like I said, it's pretty roached. I think it sat in the sun for a long time. Dash is definitely just done. There's no real saving it, I don't think. There's the Shelby Dakota badge, as you can see, number 1093. It's got 106,000 on the clock. Looks to be accurate. You can tell on the pedals, the brake pedal's not really wore out on it. Gas pedal's not really wore out. Like I said, first thing I'm doing is going to remove the carpet, clean it, see how the floor pans and stuff look. Carpet is actually like really cheap for these, so I'm probably just going to put a new one in it. I bought this also for the dash for right now, just to cover it until I can source a new one or get one out of a junkyard. And here's the center caps for the wheels, Shelby wheels. Plan on having the wheels redone. That's one thing I like about this truck. It's got the manual windows. It's kind of, there's the fog light switch, pretty cool. Headliner's pretty toast. I think that's the worst thing about this thing is really the interior, which it's not that bad, not hard to do. It is a factory AC truck. Let's see. It's solid on this side, even underneath all these ground effects and such. It's pretty solid. These are, I think, only a Shelby Dakota thing. I'm not sure, but they run all the way back. As you can tell, decals are pretty well shot too, but kind of gives it a cool patina. It's got this like air dam wind jammer thing on it. That's also a Shelby Dakota thing. Pretty cool. These are the Shelby wheels. Plan on having them redone. I have a shop not even a mile away that does powder coating and sandblasting for $100 a wheel, so I'm gonna have that done. I gotta find some rollers so I can get these off. Let's see. Inside of the bed, pretty clean. No real rust. Probably gonna bed line it. And again, more Shelby badging. Shelby had his name pretty much on every corner of this truck, even on the bumper. There's Carol Shelby. This bumper's got some dents and rust and stuff. I'm hoping I can save these caps and put them on a newer bumper, because this one, I'm not sure. It's probably savable, but it would need a lot of work. It does have a hitch, which is nice. As far as body work goes, we got a pretty good dent here. I'm not sure what these were. I'm thinking they were for a tonneau cover, however you pronounce it, for like a bed cap. I doubt I could find a new one of those, so someone put some pretty big holes in it. There's a pretty good sized dent right here too. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. No big deal. Fender flares, they need some work. Also, no big deal. Like I said, it's all solid under here. That's kind of the main areas to look for in a Dakota, if you can lift these up. 87 to 96, and to me they got worse as they went. So like this truck, 89, like the frame's really solid on it. It has some surface rust, nothing crazy. You know, that can be cleaned up pretty easily. But I've had probably 20 plus Dakotas, and the newer they got, they always got worse on their frames. So like 95, 96, man, they rust out real bad. And it's always, especially on the four-wheel drives, it's always back here somewhere or up by the control arms and such. And the rust I was talking about on it is right here on this door. I'm not sure if it's too bad where this door is not really savable, but it's there. I'm going to see what I can do. And again, Shelby, pretty cool. I think the door panels are all savable. They look to be solid. I think I'm just going to have to take them off, maybe sand them, put that paint adhesion stuff on it and repaint them. Again, see, it's got some nasty stains and stuff on this side. I think that's going to be the hardest thing, is just finding this type of material with the Shelby logo in it. I'm thinking maybe I could cut out a sample of it and someone can recreate it. I'm not sure. I'm kind of a bucket seats and console kind of guy, but especially in a single cab, but that's what they came out with. That's what makes them kind of their own thing, so we're going to keep it that way. Again, dash. She's cooked, fellas. That's all there is to it. No big deal, though. So yeah, picked this thing up. It was a 5-hour round trip, and I paid $2,000 for it. I think it was a pretty good steal on my part. The 318, it's nothing to boast about, nothing to write home about. Good, solid engine, reliable. Again, I think 175 horsepower, nothing crazy. So that's my big thing, guys. I'm not a speed guy. I'm not trying to be the fastest thing on the road. I just like reviving old cars, old trucks. They are what they are. If you can boost them up with different intakes, carburetors, exhausts, all that jazz, I'm in for that. But I'm not really turboing stuff that never came out turbo or all that jazz. But yeah, looks like it has a newer radiator. I've not checked the coolant. Let's see what she looks like. There's some in there. That's good. So yeah, as far as my Rock Auto order, I have, a new air filter coming, valve cover gaskets. I'm gonna paint these up, degrease everything, paint it. I've already kind of degreased under here one time. Probably couldn't really tell, but I did. I'm not lying. I changed the oil. I have new spark plugs, NGK spark plugs coming, and wires. They're blue, so it's not really going to match my theme, but I have them on the way. I have a new distributor cap, rotor. Trying to think what else. I think that might be it for right now. Just want to get it running a little better, man. It just kind of takes a while to prime up and start. But once it does, it runs, but you can tell it's definitely missing on a cylinder or two. Oil pressure gauge does not work. I did order the oil pressure sending unit for the gauge. I'm not sure if that's an issue, but it was $5. If it works, it works. And also, if you ever owned a Dakota, fuel gauge does not work either. That is very typical on this body style Dakota. So basically, you need to pull the tank and put a new sending unit in it. Plan on taking off the bed and coating the frame and all that when I get to that point. Or when I get to that point, when I take the bed off and everything, I'm going to put a new sending unit and fuel pump in it while I'm there. Might as well. Probably new shocks. It is disc brakes in the front, and I believe 10-inch drums in the rear. It would maybe be cool to do a four-wheel disc on this thing. But, dreaming. We'll see. Trying to think of what else. Let's see. Here's another cool badge on it. It says manufactured by Shelby Automobiles Inc. Whittier, California. Engine serial number. It's pretty cool. Like I said, it's I don't think they offered the V8 in the Dakotas until 91, like as a factory option, and this is the first year that they put the 318 in them, and it's only because Carroll Shelby had his hands in on it. And this is a LA 318. I think in 92 they came out with the Magnum 318, which I prefer. If this one gave me any issues, I'd probably swap it out with the Magnum setup, but I think it's going to come around. I can tell the plugs are pretty old on it. Wires might be fairly new, but I'm not sure. But the plugs are definitely old. So, yeah, I think the main problem with it just hasn't been drove in a good couple years. The guy I got it from said it's had at his work for probably 10 years, just abandoned basically, and he ended up buying it from the tow company that ended up picking it up. So, and then he kept it for about 2 years. He had it licensed and legal. It did get inspected last year, so it's not totally long gone. 24th or 2024 January. So yeah, that's it. It's gonna be a pretty cool rig. I think look forward to breaking her down with you guys. It'll be cool. Alright guys, so yeah, got the dash cover on. Again, those things they're not sticking very well. The dash was just so toast, I don't think it really had much, they couldn't really stick that great. So it looks a lot better though. Definitely a little more presentable. I like how the gray kind of goes with it. I might try to get another one in here just to get that kind of tucked in. Just like that. Might look a little better. Let's see if we can get that. They're over. Yeah. Again, guys, it's just kind of more of a buy some time type of deal. I'm on the lookout for a dash. Get something new. But yeah, looks way more presentable like that. Next thing is I'm getting the carpet ordered. Carpet's pretty wore down in that spot, so can't really do much about that. You could probably spray paint it, or it's actually wore down. I thought it was kind of dirt for a second, but I don't know. I put in a few new carpets and vehicles, another Dakota, and they work out pretty good. And they're so cheap. I think they're $150. So, I mean, it's not even worth the time trying to clean it and paint it and all that crap. It's just rip it out, put new carpet in it. It'll be just as good, maybe better. Who knows? But yeah, guys, that's all I got for today. Yeah, like, subscribe, and yeah. Again, first time. Don't rat on me too much. I'm learning. Kind of came from TikTok. I was decent on there, but definitely not on YouTube, so stay with me. I think most guys on YouTube, they kind of start out quirky and dorky and stuff, so I'll probably be a little 10 times worse than that, because that's just me as my personality. So yeah, again, bear with me, and we'll get there. We'll get it figured out, and we'll learn it. Look forward to getting her done with you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Peace.